The Browns' Kelly Holcomb was a career backup who was forced to start in place of an injured Tim Couch. Now, despite their lack of playoff experience, these two journeymen would combine to put on an unforgettable show in Pittsburgh.
The 2002 playoffs arrived in Pittsburgh with temperatures below freezing and more snow expected throughout the afternoon. A perfect day for playoff football in the Steel City.
Old school today, baby. It's old school football today.
Football didn't get any more old school than the Steelers against their arch rival Cleveland Browns.
In my opinion, it is the best rivalry in professional football, Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
It's going to be a close-ass game. We need to pound their ass all day. The Browns said they wanted us today. Be careful what you ask for, baby. Be careful what you ask for. You don't even...
The Steelers and Browns have never had a love for one another, and this game would be no different. The Browns had developed a fighter's mentality under second-year coach Butch Davis. Cleveland had battled back from a 2-4 start, and 9 of the Browns' regular season games were decided in the final minute. With starting quarterback Tim Couch out with a broken leg, Cleveland now rallied behind Kelly Holcomb, a backup for most of his career. The Steelers were led by an even more unlikely starter. Tommy Maddox was a first-round draft pick by the Broncos in 1992, but he never lived up to expectations. And after being cut by several teams, he spent 3 years out of football running his own insurance business.
Good, how you doing?
After playing in 2 other pro leagues, Maddox finally made his way back to the NFL. 10 years after his previous NFL start, Maddox replaced an ineffective Cordell Stewart early in 2002. He not only revived the Steelers' season, but his own career. Now in the playoffs, Maddox and the Steelers tried to continue this inspired story.
This crowd senses that something dramatic is about to happen, and we knew that all along.
We got all of us together, man. One word. It's called team. On 3, team. 1, 2, 3. Hey, bring it up. We've been waiting for this a long time now. Remember when we were 2-4? Yeah. Remember when we were 2-4? Let's go. We here now. Let's finish. Let's take advantage of it, okay? Let's hunt all day. 4 quarters of hunting. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
From the very start of the game, the noise created by the Heinz Field crowd was a factor for Cleveland's inexperienced quarterback, Kelly Holcomb. This was just Holcomb's 4th career start and his first ever on the road. On just the second play from scrimmage, it was quickly apparent Holcomb would have difficulty communicating against the hostile crowd.
Holcomb calling a play with 3 and 2 and 1 on the play clock, and he did not get the play off, and it's delayed again with the Browns.
It was almost like a competition between the Browns offense and the Steeler crowd, so they brought the noise up. Kelly Holcomb tried to audible, and they couldn't do it in time.
The Pittsburgh crowd against the Cleveland quarterback seemed like it would be a day-long mismatch. But 2 plays later, Holcomb found a quick way to quiet the vocal fans.
Back in the shotgun, Holcomb looking, right sideline. He's got to go up top, and it's caught by KJ. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He's going down the sideline. 10, 5, up by the pylon. He's inside the 5 and out at the 2-yard line.
What a great throw. Hit him right in stride, just over the outstretched fingertips of Hank Poteet.
Kevin Johnson beat Hank Poteet, and then he put a move on Alexander, and Alexander finally tracked him down at the goal line, practically an 83-yard play.
One play after Kevin Johnson's long catch and run, Cleveland took the early lead.
Holcomb gives it to Green. He carves left side, and he's in for a touchdown.
William Green looks like his knee hits the ground before the ball is even stretched across.
The play was not challenged, and the touchdown stood.
Kelly, come here. Nice job. Good composure. Hey, William, that way to run. Good defense. How was the protection? Everything good? Okay, how about hearing everything? Tuck, everybody okay on the hearing? I couldn't? All right. Well, you know what? How beautiful. Huh? That's what you expect. That's what you expect. We'll get the crowd down. Nice job.
After going 3 and out on their first possession, the Steelers began to move the ball effectively on their second drive.
Back is Maddox, throws the out pattern, packs it to a one-handed grab, and a first down for Pittsburgh.
Well, that was a one-hander, just stuck the big meat hook up there.
However, Pittsburgh stalled when Tommy Maddox misfired on a third down pass.
Throwing the long pass down the field, and it's overthrown. Randall L. had broken free in the secondary.
Doggone it, he was open behind the cornerback in front of the safety, and just put her in there, Tommy, but Tommy wasn't able to. The ball overthrown.
Yeah, I had to get it over that backer in a hurry because he was trying to get out underneath.
Midway through the first quarter, the Browns still held a 7-0 lead. After their opening scoring drive, Cleveland attempted to establish a ground game with no success at all. The Steelers had the NFL's #1 defense against the run. And in this game, they got an added emotional boost from number 97, linebacker Kendrell Bell. Bell had suffered a severe high ankle sprain in the Steelers' regular season finale. He sat out practice all week leading up to the Cleveland game and was doubtful until a few hours before kickoff. But Bell not only played, he put on a heroic performance.
This kid Bell is playing on a bad ankle, and he's been chasing the ball.
How about that diving tackle by Kendrell Bell? Wow!
What a play by Bell, who, of course, his status was in doubt right till this morning.
Bell had a team-high 8 solo tackles in the game. While Cleveland's ground attack was shut down, Pittsburgh's running game came to life late in the first quarter.
Turn to give to the second man, and Amos finds a head of steam at the 50, the 45, the 35, the 30, tracks it back to the middle of the 25, and is tackled at the 23-yard line. Famous Amos Zaraway. Man, did he enjoy that scamper.
Oh, you could have driven a truck through that.
Number 21, Amos Zaraway, had become a solid starter in place of the injured Jerome Bettis. Had it not been for the sloppy field conditions, Zaraway may have taken his long run the distance. The Steelers would wish Zaraway did go all the way, because on the next play, Pittsburgh's drive came to an abrupt end.
Here's Maddox down the middle of the field. It's intercepted. McCutcheon stepped in front of Hines Ward. At the 10, at the 15, at the 20. Got a block at the 25, at the 30, and Wayne Gamby knocks him into the Browns bench. Little Dalen McCutcheon with the big interception at the 5-yard line.
Little Dalen, who became a daddy on Monday, read the post pattern of Hines Ward, jumped right in front of him.
Through nearly a quarter, both teams were still looking for their offensive rhythm. With the Steelers trailing just 7-0, the Pittsburgh crowd was still a problem for Browns quarterback Kelly Holcomb. And for Cleveland, the first quarter ended as it had begun, with another delay of game penalty.
Holcomb now yelling out to Wollabah where the blitz may be coming. And he tries to take the snap, and it was too long. He gets hit, but the play is dead, as it's going to be the second delay of game call on the Browns here in the first quarter.
Hey, a lot of that's my fault.
I'm getting a play. Bruce is going to try to get the play to me quicker so we can get up there quicker. You know,
trying to simplify it
and get to the clay. I still got to do loaded and rocket. I know. Hey,
Where's that?
Hey, Bird. The clock was running down on me, dog. I had like 3 seconds.
Hey, we're good. It's going to be tough, guys. We know that.
Let's go, man.
You got to check so make sure you're walking up and down the line, letting us know because you can't hit out there.
Pittsburgh's crowd may have been loud, but at the start of the second quarter, the Steelers continued to test their fans' patience.
And it is caught by Randall L, and he fumbled it, and the Browns jump on the ball.
My goodness, Lewis Sanders hit Randall L just as he tried to gather in that football.
And Randall L's, he's got to make a fair catch on those. I admire his courage, but question his judgment.
The Browns took over at the Pittsburgh 32. And on the next play, Cleveland went for it all.
Holcomb is back to pass with a blitz coming. He's looking right corner of the end zone. Northcutt's there. He's got it. Touchdown! 32-yard touchdown pass. Beautifully thrown by Holcomb, laying it in there for Northcutt.
With Steelers starting cornerback Chad Scott out with a broken hand, Holcomb went after Scott's replacement at Pittsburgh's dime defense, number 22, Hank Poteet.
Holcomb saw that his receiver had gotten behind Poteet. Poteet was not able to stay with him.
Poteet had also been burned on the Browns' 83-yard pass early in the game.
And I'll tell you guys, it's really simple to see where the ball's going to go on a pass play. You follow 22, and that's the side they're going to go to, and it's going to be a mismatch all day, and it'll be up to Kelly Holcomb to take advantage of it.
Hey, KJ, turn his ass around. Yeah, that's the way we do it. Turn his ass around. Hey, too fast.
Hank Poteet is far and away their weak link.
Hey, got a man hurt. Can't send no boys do a man's job. Come on now. This is all day, baby, all day. We ain't finished.
The boys are here. The dogs are here.
Hey, let's not finish. Hey, we get another chance. Let's go. Let's go. They want to put everybody in the box and stop the run. Let's get another one. They can't come back if we keep moving up.
Now the Browns are up by 2 scores, and the Steelers can't believe what's happened.
Pittsburgh needed to help its reeling secondary find an answer for the Browns' passing attack.
You keep pushing it now, because you're running 2 up the field. All right, you can play the 7-3. Make sure we stay good width now, Lee. On the strong side, okay? Just play that side technique. All right, don't slip. No. Just play that side. You got all kind of help inside.
On the kickoff following Cleveland's second touchdown, Steelers rookie return man Antoine Randall L. continued his tough first half.
Randall L, 15, 20. Aiken's got him, and Chris rips him down at the 25-yard line. And he may have got him by the face mask.
Randall L. was lucky he wasn't seriously injured. He and his teammates had been roughed up in the first half. But early in the second quarter, Tommy Maddox stood up to the Browns' pass rush and once again drove his team into Cleveland territory.
As time throws it over the middle. Pass is juggled and caught. What a catch at the 25-yard line. Second effort by Hines Ward.
Great concentration by Hines Ward. Then he looked like he was doing the Fosbury flop, jumping a high jump at the end of that.
In 2002, number 86, Hines Ward, caught a Steelers record 112 passes. From the Browns' 25, Maddox once again looked for his favorite target.
Maddox retreats, short drop, looking left, throws, it's deflected and picked off again. It's McCutcheon again, out to the 31-yard line. On a deflected ball by Alvin McKinley, it ends up with McCutcheon intercepting.
The Steelers committed their third turnover in less than 6 minutes, and it was the second interception thrown by Tommy Maddox.
You know, his nickname was Turnover Tommy, and that's why he spent 3 years selling insurance, and he's living up to his reputation so far today.
Following the interception, the Browns again went back to the ground game. But rookie running back William Green still couldn't find any openings in the Steelers' defense.
Browns are really struggling running the ball.
Yes, they are. And if you're wondering what's wrong with William Green, it's not William Green. There's no holes up front.
Midway through the second quarter, the Browns were forced to punt. The Steelers' Antoine Randall L. had already fumbled one return and been yanked down by his face mask on another. Now he looked to wipe out all the bad memories on one electrifying play.
It's a short punt. Randall L. comes up. Little basket catch at the 35, 40, 50, 45. He's up the sideline. 30, 25, 20. Antoine Randall L. goes all the way for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. A punt return for Antoine Randall L., the rookie out of Indiana.
And that might be just the wake-up call that the black and gold needs today.
At the start of the quarter, Randall L.'s fumble had led to a Cleveland score. Now he had made amends.
Good job, Randall L. You know what? He gave him 6. He took 6 back.
And now they're awake in Heinz Field.
The 66-yard score was the first punt return touchdown in Steelers postseason history.
And the Steelers get on the board thanks to an electrifying punt return.
And the rookie from Indiana has livened this place up and got Pittsburgh back into the game. Again, I'll give you the weather. The snow has picked up in intensity.
You know, it's a nice day for football.
It was not a nice day for Cleveland to run the ball. In the first half, William Green had 14 carries for -2 yards.
The give is to Green, and he's hit in the backfield, and he loses yardage. He lost 4. Kendrell Bell is playing his guts out.
With the Browns unable to run, the Steelers' defense set its sights squarely on Kelly Holcomb and the passing attack. Though he was sacked just once, Holcomb was repeatedly battered by the Pittsburgh blitz. Still, he continued to deliver strikes in the face of the heavy pass rush.
First down! First down! First down!
The career backup quarterback was showing the poise of a seasoned playoff veteran.
He's got KJ wide open. He's there, and he makes the catch at the Steelers 30 and goes out of bounds.
Holcomb looks great.
Here he is today, looking like a star.
Holcomb is back to pass. He's going, looking for Jamel White. He's got it at the 1-yard line.
Talk about threading the needle right between Joey Porter and Lee Flowers.
First and goal, Browns at the 1.5.
Cleveland was poised to regain a 14-point lead late in the second quarter, but the Steelers' defense turned away the Browns' touchdown threat.
Then they go to the gadget play, looking to throw it on the throwback. It's sacked at the 18-yard line. Big play, Pittsburgh.
The Browns settled for a 31-yard field goal by Phil Dawson.
Kick is on the way, and the kick is through there, and it's good. 17-7, the Browns lead. They went 10 plays, 45 yards on the drive.
Good job, Tug. Good drive, guys. Great drive. Great drive. Good job. Good protection. Good drive.
With less than a minute remaining in the half, Steelers quarterback Tommy Maddox looked to mount a drive for at least a field goal before intermission.
Pass over the middle is caught by Mathis. He's in a dead run trying to get out of bounds on the far sideline. And he does. He got the first down and got out of bounds. How about that from the crafty veteran?
Terrence Mathis's effort helped the Steelers get into field goal range. And with 7 seconds left in the half, kicker Jeff Reed attempted from 46 yards out.
On the way, line drive, and it is wide to the left. It's no good.
And momentum will go into the locker room with the Browns.
So it remains 17-7, and the Steelers have much work to do.
As they hear boos leaving the field at halftime.
In the first half, Cleveland had dominated through the air. To start the third quarter, Pittsburgh went 3 and out and quickly put the ball back into the hands of the potent Browns.
And up near the 25, Northcutt makes the catch. Stutter step 30, weaves across the field, 35, 40, 45, 50, takes it to the sideline, 45, 40. He's going to go down the sideline, 20, 15, and they finally get him there. And the Browns have it first and 10 at the Steeler 14.
Boy, has this been a game of big plays.
3 plays after his long punt return, Browns receiver Dennis Northcutt scored his second touchdown of the day.
Blitz coming, Holcomb looking, left corner of the end zone, he's got a man open, touchdown, it's Northcutt!
Beautiful throw once again by Kelly Holcomb. Touchdown number 2 on the afternoon for Dennis Northcutt.
Pittsburgh's pass defense had been victimized all season, and the suspect secondary couldn't slow Cleveland's relentless aerial attack.
The Steelers secondary has been getting tortured by Kelly Holcomb.
You know what you can feel right now? A little sense of frustration settling in on the Steelers.
And so the Browns now have everything going for them.
Everybody back at the house. Hey, we'll be in Oakland next week, baby. Everybody coming to Oakland, baby. That was it, baby. That's how we do it.
The one thing that the Steelers have going for them now is because the Browns have this big lead, they're not going to throw the ball as much anymore.
Actually, Holcomb and the Browns just kept on throwing.
The interesting thing is that these guys can't run the ball effectively on the Steelers, so they've got to keep throwing, but they want to move the clock, and they've been moving the clock successfully by throwing the football.
Play action fake, he's right back, he's going to go long into the corner of the end zone, KJ's there, and it is knocked away, incomplete. Great recovery there by Dwayne Washington.
With the Browns threatening to add to a 24-7 lead, Pittsburgh's beleaguered secondary finally made a stand. And it was safety Mike Logan who may have turned the game around.
Here's the 4-man rush. He throws it over the middle, and it's picked off. A diving interception by Mike Logan. Gets up, starts to right, cuts it back to the right, picks up the blocker. He's going to turn the corner, and he does it to 30, to 35, sidesteps a man and dives at the 42.
That time they baited Kelly Holcomb. They showed blitz with Mike Logan, and right before it, he bailed and got in the slant lane of the receiver.
Kelly really tried to squeeze that thing into KJ.
Following Mike Logan's interception midway through the third quarter, Tommy Maddox and the Steelers went to work, trying to dig themselves out of a 17-point hole.
Maddox is back. Over the middle, the pass is juggled and caught. With the football, Antoine Randall out inside the 10. He's tackled at about the 6-yard line. He had to double clutch it, but he did that.
The Steelers have done a nice job moving the ball the length of the field. Now they have to come away with 6. If they stick the ball in the end zone, then it becomes a 10-point game.
Play action fake. Maddox looking, pumping, rolling right, throwing for the back of the end zone. It's caught in the back of the end zone for a Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. Tommy Maddox ad-libbed his way into that situation, and it's caught in the back of the end zone.
Plexico Burris makes the catch on the backside of the end zone.
And Robert Griffith is saying, no way, that guy was out of the end zone.
Browns coach Butch Davis challenged the call, but the replay showed Plexico Burris did have possession with both feet inbounds.
There's 1 foot down, there's 2 feet, no, it's a catch.
It is a catch. I think the Browns are going to lose a timeout, and it will be a Pittsburgh touchdown. A much-needed drive by Tommy Maddox and the Steelers.
Cleveland's lead was cut to 10. and the Browns needed their defensive linemen to get back to attacking the quarterback.
Now, what they're doing off of their head faking. I don't care about head fakes. If he fakes that way, you go nail his ass, okay? Don't be stepping out there like that. We don't read. We got a two-gap defense. We're attacking. When they head fake, you go hit him in the damn mouth, all right? Let's go. You guys are giving that finesse bullshit. Let's go. Play hard. What? Don't go for your head fakes.
We're going to get another chance. Forget about it. Hey, forget about it, Mark. You'll get it the next time, right? We're going to get his ass sacked. Hey, chase him. We'll get it. You got it, Mark? Next one you're going to get, right? All right, baby. Let's go.
The Steelers defense knew it had to find a way to disrupt Kelly Holcomb.
Let's get to the damn quarterback there. They gonna throw the ball, let's get his ass. They throw the ball, hit his ass.
After that touchdown, you could feel the momentum shift over to the Steelers. If the Browns go 3 and out here, it is going to be a huge factor for this entire stadium and the Steelers in particular.
On the first play after Pittsburgh's touchdown, Holcomb went right back to the air.
Steps up, fires down the field for Andre Davis. He's there, comes back, makes the catch. Inside the Steelers 30 at the 27-yard line.
So much for 3 and out. See, I mean, the Steelers have to stop. I mean, if they give up a touchdown, then you might as well stick a fork in them.
Cleveland reached the Pittsburgh 6-yard line. But for the second time in the game, the Steelers defense turned the Browns away near the end zone.
He's looking for Jamel White. He's there. He dives. It's incomplete in the end zone. And it's 4th down.
Field goal. Field goal. Field goal. Field goal.
A touchdown would have given Cleveland a 17-point lead at the start of the 4th quarter. But they again had to settle for a short Phil Dawson field goal.
You know, it was an important thing to stop them and hold them to a field goal. But no matter what the Steelers do, the question is, can their secondary shut down the Browns?
Though they held a 13-point lead, Butch Davis and the Browns knew they couldn't relax just yet.
You got to get a plan for exactly how you want these guys in 30 to rush, and you're going to turn one of them loose, give one of them for some great speed, let Kennard in the nose run changes. That way we'll take away draws. Look like a chase. You just like exactly look like a chase, okay, and just keep coming off the edge. All right, let's be smart though. We got to be smart now. You know Tommy. You know how Tommy is. We can't let him sit back in that pocket, keep putting pressure on him.
Tommy Maddox had shown the ability to come back all season. With less than a quarter to play, that comeback magic would be put to the test once again.
First down, and they have not missed a beat now in their last 2 possessions.
5-man rush under the blitz. He throws it down the field. It's caught by Randall. A leaping grab and is tackled at the 15.
In 2 plays, they have gone right down the field. They got 30 on that play.
The Steeler offense has not given up despite the fact that the Steeler defense pretty well caved in. But they're scrapping. They want another score here pronto.
Play action fake. Maddox throws it to the back of the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown by Jeremy Tooman in the back of the end zone. And the Steelers are clawing at the Cleveland Browns.
The ball got deflected by Dwayne Rudd, but it's a touchdown as Tooman made the catch, and the Steelers can cut it down to 6 with 12:28 left. And this is starting to get squirmish over here in Pittsburgh. We've got a ball game. And the Steelers aren't done yet.
They got the stands rocking.
With more than 12 minutes remaining, all the momentum was with the Steelers. But after being stuffed all day, Browns running back William Green finally broke free. Green's 23-yard run put Cleveland deep in Pittsburgh territory. But the Browns eventually were faced with a key 3rd and 12.
Holcomb's going to struggle to get the play off. Play clock down to 1. Takes the snap, and he did get it off. He rolls the pocket right sideline. Looks and fires into the end zone. Andre Davis is there. He's got it. Touchdown! Yeah.
Good blitz pick up by Jamel White. What a play by Kelly Holcomb, rolling to his right, flushed out of the pocket, and being able to locate Andre Davis.
Andre Davis came back and made the catch. Steeler defender, Chris Hope.
You know what? In a situation when your defense has to make a play, you think, okay, if you give up 3, you still have a chance, but that was a killer right there.
The Browns failed on a 2-point conversion attempt, but they still seem to have control of the game.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. We holler at your receiver. We holler at your receiver. We holler at you. Calm down. Hey, can y'all hold up? Hey, calm down. Right, anybody, right?
Anybody.
Make it a shootout.
All the receivers.
Hey, they receivers against
the
our
best
receivers.
receivers in the league.
Hey, they receivers against ours. Make it anybody.
Listen to me now. It's our ball game. They can't beat us. We got to score every possession. Points every time. And we're not going to stop attacking their ass. All right? Good job on the boom. All right? That's good run for us right there. We'll keep mixing in the booms, get into kings, and hit a trap. And keep throwing that son of a... Keep protecting your ass off.
Hey, 10 minutes. Hey, wait. 10 minutes left. The defense need us. Everybody get up, and let's root on the defense. The defense need us. Let's go, Jonathan. Let's go.
With just over 10 minutes remaining, the Browns defense did respond. Pittsburgh's drive went nowhere, and the Steelers were running out of time and chances.
Here comes a blitz, and Orpheus Roy got him. Oh, that's going to be great for the former Steeler.
You got to be Bulldogs. Get back out there. You got to be Bulldogs. Let's go. Come on out. Hey, you got to be Bulldogs. Bulldogs. As long as we got 11 guys to the ball, the first guy missed, got come out the ball line. Come out the ball line. Let's be smart. Get the guys down. Keep them in bounds. Keep them in bounds. Let's go, Grip.
When the Steelers got the ball back, just 5.5 minutes remained.
All right. There's plenty of time now. Still plenty of time. Got to come away with a touchdown on this one, though.
Mark Ward! Right now! Bring it out! Let's go! Dive it up!
Trailing 33-21, time was a precious commodity. But so were touchdowns. And Maddox and the Steelers had to find a way to produce 2 of them as quickly as possible. Steelers moved 77 yards in just over 2 minutes, and their drive was aided by 3 Cleveland defensive penalties.
Here comes a blitz. Here comes Maddox firing, and that is tipped by Corey Fuller, incomplete. Another flag comes in, and they're going to throw it on the Browns again.
Robert Griffith for laying out Hines Ward.
He comes in from the side and wham.
He took that shot, and it was helmet to helmet.
It's a 15-yard penalty to the 17.
Personal foul on Robert Griffith. And the Browns have come up with 3 defensive penalties here on this Steeler drive.
Maddox in the gun. 4-man rush. He's back. He steps up, throws it underneath. The pass is cut. Running with the football is Hines Ward. Gets ground.
Hines Ward had become the player Maddox looked to the most in critical situations. With the Steelers at the Browns' 5, the quarterback somehow found his clutch receiver again.
3:11 to go. Shotgun snap. Throws it for the goal line. It's caught. It's a touchdown for Pittsburgh. Hines Ward, Mr. Dependable.
4 Cleve Brownies surrounding him, and Tommy Maddox had to thread the needle. He had to drill that football in there, and how Hines can see it coming, who knows?
The Steelers had cut Cleveland's lead to 5 points. With just over 3 minutes remaining, the Browns had to find a way to stop Pittsburgh's comeback. Following the Steelers' touchdown, Pittsburgh desperately needed a defensive stand.
The Browns, with 3 minutes remaining in the game, start at their 23. The Steeler defense has to come up shining.
On first down, William Green ran for 3 yards. Number 97, Kendrell Bell, made the stop. But after playing in pain all day, Bell's battered ankle could take no more.
Kendrell Bell needs assistance to hobble off the field with that bad high ankle sprain. It's amazing he even played and played so well here today. He did not practice all week long.
Kendrell Bell has played a spectacular football game.
On second down, the Browns declined to play it safe. Instead, they tried to cross Pittsburgh up by going deep one more time.
Play action fake it. Holton's going to throw it long down the field. And there's a Steeler back there. And it's juggled and almost intercepted and dropped.
Well, they thought they'd sneak one in on him, but Dwayne Washington was step for step with Morgan. Take your shot. Unfortunately, it stops the clock.
2:49 left.
Conventional wisdom may have said to run the ball to take time off the clock, but the Browns were trying to win it the way they had all afternoon, through the air.
I'll tell you what, I love the way Butch Davis goes after him. He is not playing conservative at all, but he went for the big play.
Third and long, the Steelers needed to make one more stop. A Cleveland first down would deal Pittsburgh a crushing blow.
On the snap, Holcomb's got it. Back, steps, fires, look, and it's dropped. Northcutt dropped the ball out at the 45-yard line. He was wide open.
He's been a huge player for Cleveland in this game, but he blows it. It goes right through his mitts. Oh, that would have been a killer.
Oh, right through his hands.
And the Browns, who had 2:43 left, will give the ball over to Pittsburgh.
That ball was right on the money.
That might have been the first drop of the day for the Browns receivers.
The ball went back to Pittsburgh and quarterback Tommy Maddox. This was the type of moment Maddox had waited 10 years for. The NFL's Comeback Player of the Year was looking to add one more chapter to his comeback story. Maddox used a no-huddle offense almost exclusively in the fourth quarter. And with Cleveland rarely pressuring him, Maddox finished with 367 passing yards, a Steelers playoff record.
And now Hines Ward spins and buys a couple of yards and then finally gets out of bounds at about the Cleveland 27-yard line.
First down.
It is a Pittsburgh first down, 1:48 remaining. First and 10 Pittsburgh at the 27 of Cleveland. And the pass is caught at the 10-yard line, a diving effort, but inbound by Mexico Bears. Clock winds to 1:25.
And you just got to hope that Tommy Maddox becomes Tommy Turnover.
First and 10 at the 10. Maddox in the gun. The ball is snapped at 107. He looks, throws it for the 5. It is caught at the 3. And there's a big scrum there. But Hines Ward holds on to the football.
Pittsburgh's going to use the last timeout right now.
Now with 58 seconds left, you have plenty of time. You've got your second down and 3 situation from the 3.
You still would have to guard against a run here, too, from the 3-yard line.
Two quarterbacks performed heroically this day, but only one team would survive this test of wills.
58 seconds to go. Both teams have used all their timeouts. Maddox in the shotgun. They go with a draw handoff. It goes into the end zone for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. Chris Muamatu Ma'afala gets the go-ahead touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers. How about them apples?
What can you say? What a comeback.
Have gone up by 1. Tommy Maddox jumping in celebration, pumping his fist to the fans in the near stands.
The Steelers led 34-33. On the ensuing two-point conversion attempt, number 86 Hines Ward lined up behind center, but the ball was snapped to another former college quarterback, Antoine Randall, who then completed his 8th pass in 9 attempts that season.
Randall throws it back the end zone. Two-pointer good. Jeremy Turner. The Steelers go to the next play. And the Steelers with a two-pointer now lead Cleveland by 3 with 54 seconds to go.
That's how you come back, baby.
So the Steelers in a sterling comeback here. Cleveland has got to be sick.
Well, there's been a lot of heartache coming over here and playing. And boy, you're minute right now. 54 seconds left. Pittsburgh has come all the way back from being down 24-7 at its worst.
Is on fire. Heinz Field, terrible towel twirling. Let's hope that the Steelers can hold on because they're only up 3 with 54 seconds to go against an offense that has been more than potent today.
Kelly Holcomb finished with 429 yards passing, the 3rd highest total in playoff history. In a frantic Browns season that saw 9 regular season games decided in the final minute, it was fitting that this one literally came down to the last tick of the clock.
Remember, the Browns have no timeouts. 21 seconds left. He's got the snap, looks and throws, got a man over the middle. Northcutt's got it, and he's got a first down to the Steeler 45. 12 seconds left, 11 seconds left. They need to spike the ball. 8 seconds left. He did. He spiked it with 7 seconds remaining.
And they beat Jacksonville this year a few weeks ago on a Hail Mary.
Yes, they did.
So look out. Here it comes.
36-33. 7 seconds left. They do not have a timeout. Holcomb's got the snap. 7 seconds to go. He got hit as he threw. Fires the ball. It's caught. Racing to try and get out of bounds. And he did get out of bounds with no time left. And the game looks like it may be over. Andre King had it and tried to get out of bounds. And he raced to the sideline, put the ball on the sideline, and time ran out.
Time ran out of the season, too.
It is all over in Pittsburgh. Absolute heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak.
The Pittsburgh Steelers come back from all odds, tall odds, big odds, and they do it when they had to do it.
Tommy Maddox, the quarterback who had been out of football for years, had just completed his unlikeliest comeback of all. But this was a victory for all of Pittsburgh, and every Steeler could revel in this amazing comeback story.
Great. It don't matter how you do it, baby. Just get it done. It don't matter how you do it, man.
I appreciate it. You played your ass off, baby. I know it was tough, but you played well.
I'm going to tell you something. There's a will, there's a way, and I'm going to tell you something. I told you before, you talk about resiliency, there's no better definition than what you guys just showed out there today.
Just a few hours after the Steelers' incredible comeback, the day's other wild-card game in San Francisco proved equally dramatic. When the 49ers overcame a 24-point deficit to beat the New York Giants, it completed the most exciting day in NFL postseason history. Now, the following week in the divisional playoffs, the Steelers played yet another thriller in Tennessee. Tommy Maddox again rallied his team, this time from 14 points down. But the Steelers ultimately lost to the Titans in overtime. Still, Tommy Maddox's 2002 season was one of the best stories of the year, and his comeback against the Browns is one of the greatest playoff victories in Steeler history.
Great job. Way to believe. Way to believe. Way to believe.
Way to go, Food.
One more week.
Way to go, baby.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Way to go, Kush. Way to go, baby.